We Got This Africa, proudly brought to you by Frytol. Frytol, you deserve to be well.
Girl, listen. We got this.
Someone once told me that the biggest fraud of humankind is the concept of growing up and becoming an adult. Scam. The biggest, in my opinion, actually, is the concept of smooth, wonderful, blissful motherhood. The 9 months or so of carrying a baby is tough. Backache, body aches, nausea, spitting, and all of it. And then baby comes, the most beautiful moment of your life. You forget all the pain, all the ache, all the discomfort. In fact, there's nothing, in my opinion, in the life of a mother that can replace that moment when you first see your baby. And then it continues. Dealing with body image issues, dealing with your socialization, dealing with your mental health, talk of depression, and all the many other things that come with motherhood are some things that can shock you, especially if you're not privy to all of this information before it happens to you. I'm a mom. I have some interesting experiences to share, and thankfully, I'm not doing it alone today. Today on We Got This Africa, I'm going to be talking to two of my friends, Lorraine and Nyakua, on motherhood, the facts, and all the things they don't tell us. Stay tuned.
We got this.
My name is Naa Ashorkor, and you're watching We Got This Africa. Today, Marian and Lorraine and I are going to be telling you all the many facts about motherhood that shocked us and just might shock you. Girls, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Good.
How are the babies?
Charlie.
Why are we laughing? Well, first of all, how was your night? Did you sleep well?
Yeah.
Okay, good for you. Did you sleep well?
No.
Okay, you're my sister. Ask me why.
Why?
Oh man. So we're at that stage where we wake up in the middle of the night for no reason. No reason, right? Mm-hmm. And when they wake up, you also have to wake up.
Yeah.
For no reason. So what, we're watching Peppa Pig and watching the wheels of the bus go round and round at 3 a.m.
I bet you can still hear the song ringing.
Yes, I can sing all the songs.
Yeah.
In fact, sometimes I have a British accent because of Peppa Pig.
My God.
You know,
Like, have you?
yes, they actually have like their accent is. They've been watching these cartoons, so right now when you're nope, yeah,
Auntie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my son says auntie.
Can you imagine?
Huh?
Meanwhile, he doesn't
Auntie.
have a passport.
He has never been. I'm like, where is this accent coming from? But yeah. Well, anyway, so you're both mothers, 3 kids,
Yeah.
2 kids.
yes.
How has the journey been for you? Like how's it been? 360 picture. Like, how's it been for you?
It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
An eye opener. There's been times where I'm shocked. I look at them like, did I give birth to all of you?
Oh, all of you.
I mean, there are so many things I wish I knew, but now, yeah, we adapt and then
we are learning.
Yeah, we are learning
Okay,
every day.
and you?
Well, it's been not what they told me.
What did they tell you?
Oh, the most tiring one is when you're carrying them. When they drop,
They become
everything
other
is
people's
fine. They
responsibilities.
become other people's responsibilities.
Yeah.
Today, getting out of the house, I had to pick up my shoes and try to dodge them because one is yelling, the other is trying to look for something else. Motherhood has been
A roller coaster.
I'm still like sometimes I'm actually in all that are these mine? Like, are they really mine?
You both said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's something confusing. See, I think I'm one of those women who thought I knew everything, you know. Because I've had the opportunity to speak to a lot of mothers, you know, in my lifetime, you know, on TV, in my personal life, in church, and so on. So I thought I got this. I have it figured out. But I tell you what, there isn't a week that goes by that something doesn't shock me. So mine started from pregnancy, okay? So I used to think that, okay, you have morning sickness for the first 3 months, and then after that, you are fine. I didn't get any morning sickness in the first 3 months. I was like, okay, well, I'm lucky. You know, I'm the kind of mom who's going to have a dope pregnancy. I'm not spit for weight, spit. I used to see women in trotros
not carrying bottles
and it was
here and there.
like, oh my God,
That is so me.
never spat, nothing. About 7 months, I couldn't keep food down. That's when I started vomiting. At 7 months, I vomited everything I ate. And I was always hungry, by the way. And I vomited everything I ate. So, like, that was the first shock to me. Shock number 2, I had no stretch marks, smooth belly, everything nice, until I was about 8 months or so. There-ish. I started to take a selfie, you know, with my belly and stuff. I set up the camera, I put it on, what do you call it? Self-timer. And I went to lie down to take the picture. And when I took that shot, and like under my belly, so on top of, so you know you only see the top of your belly when you don't see anything else.
You're
Sometimes you don't even see your feet. So you're so big, and so you don't see beyond your stomach. And the top of my belly was really smooth. I used to oil it with shea butter and coconut oil, vitamin E oil, and you know, taking good care of my skin. Yeah. So I took the picture, and then I saw that I had all of this. When I took the picture, that was the day it hit me. It was a very emotional thing for me. I saw all the stretch. It was like this on the bottom of my belly up. I was so sad. I know it sounds like it's nothing because you're pregnant, straight marks, but I was so deeply sad. It was probably one of the saddest days of my pregnancy when I found those straight marks because I didn't even know they were there. And then came these things. Do you see it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is it keloids? Or
Yeah, they call them keloids.
Growth, I don't know what they call them.
Thank you. I didn't know like you could get these. So I have one here. It's like it sticks out, and people keep saying, "Oh, you have something and try to pull it."
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's something that I got from pregnancy. It just grew, and it just kept growing, and then I've got a bunch of them on my skin. I never heard about it. It's not something that I even thought about. And then I used to kind of be light a bit. You know, my skin was kind of light a bit. My neck, it just went black. Before your baby came, did you have any shocks?
I did too.
Okay.
With the complexion issues. With my first, I was also much more lighter skinned than this. But on the day of delivery or few months to delivery, I realized that I was growing darker. But you see, your parents will tell you, oh, it will clear off after the baby is born. But here's the case. After delivery, I realized I was still dark. Even on the delivery table, I realized that I had fetal distress, so it was a different issue altogether. But my skin, it became much more darker. So when you look at my sisters and I, you think I'm the odd one out because they are more fairer than I am.
And did you regain your complexion?
I'm still on it. It's a work in progress.
How old is your last?
She's 2.
So 2 years later, you still didn't. So the whole snap back, you can just snap back and you'll be back to the way you were.
Oh, it's a scam.
It's a scam.
It's a scam.
Hey.
Okay, with me, I think the changes happened my first pregnancy. Like the stretch marks just came like that on my belly, and it was like yours was under, mine was like up to like the navel. Yeah, and they were out and they were wide. I still have a picture of it, and I was stunned because I was in this coconut oil, shea butter. I was doing it. My husband was helping. I mean, I had all that. But now I have the stretch marks from my belly to my back to my bum, and it's there. And I'm tired of it. I'm not going to do anything about it anymore. Because
can you even do anything about it?
No, you can't. I guess not.
Recently, someone asked me, "Can you do anything about stretch marks?" And I said, "You know what? The truth is that over time, the appearance would improve. So it's not like it was before. Like you know, like it was before. No, like, sorry, you don't agree?
Not mine.
Okay.
It's still the same.
It's still the same. It's still the same. And it used to really worry me. And my skin, like I have a very soft skin, so it's sagged there.
That skin.
Oh yeah.
Charlie.
I used to because your skin is soft, the stretch marks will vanish. It hasn't. And they haven't changed. Apart from the fact that my belly is flatter, but then it hasn't changed. It's still the way it was. I've done all that. In fact, I did it this morning. It hasn't changed. Okay. So I've just accepted it. That at least I'm glad that I didn't have the complexion issues. It just, I snapped back right after, like my skin came back, the color came back right after. But my stretch marks hasn't changed. Yes, it hasn't changed. And I used to have this nerve. They said it was a nerve problem with my hip.
Nerve?
Yes.
Oh!
Yes.
The one you feel.
Tell me about nerves. Did you have an epidural?
I didn't.
Epidural?
I did.
Do you still have pain?
Oh yes, I even go to therapy for that.
Still.
Yeah.
Look, what's your experience? You tell me. What's your experience? What's your experience?
So with my first is 6 years now. With
Okay.
my first, I didn't experience any pain. But with the second and the third, you know, when they give you the injection, they will ask you, oh, do you feel anything before? I had cesarean birth. Do you feel anything before they start the cutting? The second one, they try cutting. I said, doctor, I can feel something. But with the third, they gave me multiple doses.
Oh
I
my
was still
God.
feeling it.
Oh my.
This is me.
I was still feeling it. He was cutting and opening, ripping
you
my
could feel
tongue.
it
I said,
happening.
doctor,
Feel it.
I can feel this. He said, do we have to put you to sleep? I said, no, I don't want to sleep. I want to be there when the baby comes. So they gave me multiple doses. And you know what these medications do to you after
Yeah.
birth? It makes you woozy and you don't feel too good. Yeah, but still, I feel the pain sometimes. My waist, I can't wear high heels. I mean, Charlie, my life.
Should I tell her I feel under the table right now with these shoes? Like, with these shoes I'm wearing.
Even-
Ask me to walk right now.
No.
I look like a penguin because I still haven't found my balance. But the thing about the epidural, I had an epidural, I had spinal. Long story. But you know the story about my back, right? You know the struggles I
Yeah,
have with my
yeah.
back. That one injection they put in my spine.
Lord.
Up till now, I cannot sit down for 2 hours and get up by myself. I need help getting up because it's so painful. I feel it in my back. Sometimes when I sit down for a while, I'm just like, I used to be on radio for 4 hours. I had a radio show that lasted 4 hours. So I had to sit down for 4 hours. When I finish the show, I'm like this. And then I have to lean forward a bit. Then lean forward a little more
If I get up.
before I get up. When I drive from my house to my mother's house, it's about 1 hour and 30 minutes sometimes. When I arrive, I have to wait a bit in the car because I can't just get up. I still can't. I can't just get up. Like my maximum is 1 hour and then it's fine. But if I sit for long, I still can't get. I still feel the pain in my back. And it's from my first baby, right? And he's 3 going on 4. And I still feel the pain in my back. It just, I never knew about this, that if you have the spinal or epidural, you know, you have this pain that can linger on. And sometimes it's not painful, but it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And once my boss asked me, do you have piles?
Oh.
I was like, he was like,
Piles.
do you have piles? I said, no, I don't have piles. And he said, so what's wrong? I said, you know what, never mind. Because
You won't get it.
No, you won't
you can't
understand.
explain. Like sometimes and if you're vigilant, if you have a colleague in the office who just had a baby, sometimes like you can tell that there's something going on, but we just can't talk about it. Charlie, we can go on and on and on, and we will. We're talking about the shocking things about motherhood. You're watching We Got This Africa. I just remembered something. When we come back, I'll share. Stay tuned.
We got this.
Choosing the right oil makes all the difference. That is why I always choose Frytol. At Wilma, where Frytol is made, each and every worker wakes up with you in mind.
Really?
And for the millions of other homes too. There, the experts ensure every bottle of Frytol is rich with great taste that creates memories to last their lifetime. Frytol is a cholesterol-free oil fortified with vitamin A.
Now I know why you cook with Frytol. Yes, Dad.
Enjoy great tasting meals with Frytol. Frytol. Love your food, love your life. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
We got this.
You're watching We Got This Africa. We're talking about the shocking facts about the beautiful journey which is motherhood. The journey that brings you smiles and hugs and love and all the goodness you can speak of. But there are many things they don't tell us. And they should. So we're talking about it. And we hope you learned something. So you know what I just remembered?
What?
Once upon a time, I was hosting an event at a conference and I decided to wear high heels. That was the first time after I had had my first baby that I was actually out. So I wore these heels. I was sitting down when I wore them, so they were fine.
Okay.
When I got up to walk to the podium, it was a chicken recipe competition for tertiary institutions. When I got up to walk to the podium, I began to wobble and shake. And it wasn't a long distance, just like from here to there. I had no balance. So while I was walking, I realized, okay, this is about to be a disaster. So I took off my shoes. I just took off my shoes. I just made a joke about my shoes. Like you know, there are lots of these chicken jokes. Like, why did a chicken cross the road? It's a chicken's favorite day of the week. It's like, the chickens don't wear shoes. And we're here to represent the chickens.
But what's happening?
But look, my feet, I could not wear the shoes. Did you guys have high heel issues after birth?
I did.
Okay.
I did, because I was a size 5, that's 38.
Yeah.
Now I can even wear 40.
Your feet got bigger?
Oh yeah, they did.
And they didn't shrink back?
No.
Why did they tell us to
They
shrink
told
back?
us, my mom or my sisters, I don't know, one of them, they told me, oh, your feet, you see how swollen and how big they are, they will shrink back once the baby drops. 2 months, 3 months after the baby dropped, my feet were like that. You see, like there's this water retention in there.
Oh.
But it never got back.
I had that on my first, but then when my feet, in fact, it swelled after I gave birth. It went like double size. So I could just wear slippers. But then I went back to the hospital, they gave me some medication. Within like a week or two, it went back. I think I didn't really have issues with my first pregnancy. The issues started.
You know, always the second one, they trick you.
Yeah.
The first one is always so nice, like, we got this. And then the second one, it will just hit you.
The first one, the only thing I had issues was, I think, the emotional part of it. The stretch marks, the crying.
You were crying or the baby was crying?
He was crying, I was crying.
Why were you crying?
Okay. I was trying to feed him. He won't feed, and yet he was crying. And I was wondering, why are you crying? And you know, my sisters had children, so I thought, okay, fine, let me force him to eat. So I tried
I remember
forcing
you
him.
were always forcing Ryan to eat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you see, when I forced him, it doesn't. And my grandmother was like,
it used to scare me so much when you did that. you should see her feet. She used to shove the food into the baby's mouth.
Like hold the baby's nose and then just...
She would in fact, I learned how to do that. If she would, and half of the food would be on the floor. And she'd tell you, Ebibeko.
I'll just hold his nose and then pour the milk in the cap, in the lid. And then I'll just put it at the side of his mouth. And then, yes, he will, as soon as he cries, and he swallow, then he swallow. And then the baby he will sleep, and then everybody, you know, we actually had to move out of our house because his cries was everywhere.
Disturbing the neighbors.
Oh.
I remember. It was a baby.
Oh.
I remember
It was
that.
so sad. And you know, and my husband wasn't getting it. If he won't eat, let him be. You know, and it became an issue in the house. So I was like, we just moved and went to my grandmother's place for the time being.
Yeah.
And then we're there, and it was frustrating. It was depressing. And so I remember one time I just looked and he was crying. And I was looking at him like, why are you like this?
Oh Lord, the baby.
Why are you like this? So my grandmother just came to pick him up, and then took him to his room, took him to her room. And then I just had to, I'm like, did I just shout at the baby? And I started crying.
Oh. I'll tell you a story. When I was pregnant, I used to go and lie on the floor in her living room to get away from work. So when I close work, I'll go to her house and I'll just lie on the floor. And then her baby will be there. That's when I learned how to feed babies. Because he didn't like to eat, right? And she'll squeeze him. She'll put his hand under her armpit, squeeze him like this, and shove the food into the boy's mouth. And more than half of the food will be on the floor. Like, it comes out. But she keeps telling me, don't worry, once there's some in his mouth, no matter what he spits out, some will go into his throat and he will swallow it. So that's food in his stomach. So if you want to give the baby 1 cup, make 4 cups. And know that 3 will pour out.
Yeah.
And at least
By all means,
yes.
In fact, you know, I learned a lot from you during pregnancy. Because you even taught me I needed to lie down on my side.
You owe me.
Do you know
the left
you
side
lie on the left side?
Yeah, the left side and the right side.
Another thing that shocked me, you need to sleep on your left side when you're pregnant.
For
9 months.
Lord.
Yeah.
The day I could sleep, when I had a baby and I recovered from C-section, the day I slept on my stomach, it was like Christmas. Like, The day I was able to lie down like this.
You know,
With
you
your
stretch,
band and
you stretch your
all.
legs. You stretch your legs to feel the bed.
Yeah.
You can actually like the day you can lie down like this. It's like Christmas. Like it's like, oh my God, this I'm back.
Yeah.
I can sleep like this.
Mama, you made it.
Mama, you made it. Because you sleep on your left side for 9 months. Your neck hurts. You told me that. So one day I came to you swerving work. I came to lie down in your living room and you were like, lie on your left side. I said, why? At that time,
But you know what's easier?
You're downstairs. Was she your friend?
Yes, the lady downstairs.
She also had twins.
Yes,
Or
she's a twin, and she had her. And
She
she was
had a baby,
pregnant.
she was
pregnant.
So you all were going on about how I needed to lie down on my side, and I was like, lie down on my side? How did I never know that? It's like there's just so much you just keep discovering as you go.
Yes.
And we are told that when you lie down on your left side, it helps blood circulation
Yes.
And
Yes.
respiration.
Yes.
and
respiration for
You
the
know, actually,
baby.
You know,
for
I
the
tried
baby.
doing the right some time back. Nobody told me to go back to the left.
Yeah.
Because when you lie on your right, over time you begin to feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
Yeah, you just
I
just
can't-
know that you have to turn back to
I
the
was
left.
just choking.
Yeah.
Like I was choking.
Did you use a pillow?
I didn't use a pillow.
Did you use a pillow?
I use plenty pillows, but my husband and I, we always fought over why there were so many pillows on the bed,
Oh,
you know.
he didn't leave the bed for you.
Oh, the bed, I mean, there were times he would just go and lie down.
Yeah, my
Because
husband
I was
has a
just
bed for me.
huge, you know.
So I had this big pregnancy pillow that you can hug. No, the very big one that is curved to accommodate the baby. So it's a very big one. And when you put it on the bed, you can only fit your body in the middle.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the space is taken by the pillow. So I will put my head in, put one in between my legs like
And
this,
hug it.
and hug it,
Yeah.
and sleep. Ask me
Was
if
it
it worked.
was it?
Ask me.
Did it work?
Nope. Nope, it did not. So most of the time I found that I could sleep when I sat down. So I'll sit in the couch, I'll put my feet up, I'll put pillows on my back, and then that's how I slept for a very long time, like this. Like
It
a
helped.
sacrifice.
So,
I just sat down.
You know,
I
I still sleep
remember
like that.
something.
Sometimes I still sleep like that in my now. I still sleep like that, and I think because I'm afraid to fully sleep well.
Why?
Because I think that if I sleep well, then when the children, maybe one person wakes up, I can't hear.
Do you sleep with the children? Or
No, they
have
sleep.
their room?
They have their room, but I don't sleep on my bed because if I sleep on my bed, I will
won't hear
sleep
them.
well.
and you won't
So
hear
I
them.
sleep in the sofa. So I still sleep like that, and I do this like I have a baby on my chest,
Oh.
and I still sleep like that.
You made me remember something about this sleeping posture and all. We had this leather sofa at home, and when I was pregnant, you know, there's this heat that comes with being pregnant,
Yeah.
you know. So
It's always hot.
everywhere is hot. So I would sit on this leather chair most times and then sleep. One time I sat on the leather sofa, I think it was in the afternoon. I sat there for a very long time, and then when I got up, guess what?
What?
The leather just
come
stuck. And then no. So my husband was like, hey, now come here. By the time he realized I had leather all over me, we had to sell that,
Oh my
throw that
goodness.
chair away.
Because of the heat coming from your body.
That
Wow. That's crazy.
But that was my favorite sofa, you
Oh.
know, sadly.
But you know, because of the heat,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
the
like
heat.
to open the fridge
And stand there.
and just wrap the cloth around me, and just my legs.
for oh, goodness. Scratch that.
You scratch
Don't
it.
scratch it. Don't scratch it. Don't scratch it. Did you guys have heartburns?
Lots of it. But the ginger water helped.
Ginger water.
Yes,
Ginger rather.
yes. So I'm surprised. I told you I was like
You
I
told me to
bottled-
buy Tums.
Yes, but then water.
You
like
had a
I just
secret recipe.
Oh,
You didn't
sorry.
You didn't share.
She told me to buy Tums and chew ice block.
Oh, the eyebrow actually don't give the shoulder hair. That's what I thought. But then I discovered it on the second with Pokia's one. So I just shred ginger, or I just break them with the peels and everything. Put them in the water
And drink it.
and then drink it.
I see. Well, I took Tums,
really
and Tums
helped.
really helped me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because my heartburns were so bad that they were just so bad. So bad. How do you even describe heartburns? So when you eat,
Yeah.
it's like the food is here.
Yes.
And then it burns. And you're still hungry. But you can't eat some more because it's burning and the food is here, but you're hungry.
It won't come out.
And you can't sleep because the moment you sleep, it's like the food is going to come
Yeah,
out.
the reflux.
Ah!
I used to take milk, but when I took it, I don't know.
Milk?
Yeah.
It helped?
Did it help?
For heartburn sometimes. But you know, it's so bad. And then with the muscle pull and all, so you have heartburns, you have muscle pull, you can't sleep. I mean,
You can't walk. Did you guys exercise during pregnancy?
oh me, I didn't kill myself. Oh, child.
I was walking every day.
Hey. no.
I was walking.
I tried doing squats.
I was walking every day.
I had
did
a watermelon
squats.
in front of me. How can I exercise?
I was doing squats.
Hey.
I was walking every day. I did Zumba. I did dance aerobics.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, me, I did it all. I did everything. I for that, I think those were the parts of my pregnancy I enjoyed. And also, I also really enjoyed people always holding the door for me.
Oh.
You know? Like people, oh, why? I didn't know. But people are really kind to you when you're pregnant.
Yeah, sometimes, Charlie.
That's something that also shocked me. Like how kind people were. Like people are always trying to find out if I'm okay.
The only kindness that I liked, or the only expression of kindness that I liked, was the fact that I used to get away from the police barriers.
Oh, should I tell a story of the police? Do you know that story?
I still do it.
No, let's not reveal it, right? Let's not. We are responsible citizens of this country.
Thank you very much.
We do the right thing.
You think they don't know?
Let's not reveal it. Otherwise, our co-pregnant women in traffic will not get.
We'll give them
ideas. We'll not give it away. You're watching We Got This Africa. We're talking about all the interesting things that you discover when you're pregnant. So if you're pregnant and you're watching, this episode is for you. Stay tuned.
We got this.
Choosing the right oil makes all the difference. That is why I always choose Frytol. At Wilma, where Frytol is made, each and every worker wakes up with you in mind.
Really?
And for the millions of other homes too. There, the experts ensure every bottle of Frytol is rich with great taste that creates memories to last their lifetime. Frytol is a cholesterol-free oil fortified with vitamin A.
Now I know why you cook a Frytol. Yes, Dad.
Enjoy great tasting meals with Frytol. Frytol. Love your food, love your life. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
We got this.
The things that can come at you as a new mom are many. While they can be very troubling, they are also very, very blissful. And most of the time, they have you feeling very proud and wanting all of your friends to become moms too.
Yeah.
We're going to go on to talk about the myths about pregnancy and postpartum health. You're watching We Got This Africa. Marian and Lorraine are here. Hi. So let me just ask you guys, what are some of the myths you heard about pregnancy? Like when you were pregnant. I keep calling you Lorraine, sorry. When you were pregnant, like before you got pregnant, and then like the realizations that hit you, like things you actually heard. I, for example, heard that you glow. You glow, like you have a pregnancy glow. What is that?
Which one? When?
What is that? Like, what? Like when your nose?
Second or third trimester.
I don't know.
Tripled in size, like this,
Oh, you were my sister then.
like this. And I remember my
Because you know
husband.
your nose is already,
So you can imagine. My nose already like that. It tripled in size, and I can remember. There was one time I think I shocked my husband when he woke up from bed.
Hey, what is this?
And then he turned out looking like, here. I said, wait. So when I told him I want to go to my grandmother's place, he said, Yanintam.
That's not cool.
My eyes were like that, and my face like, hey. There was these pimples, like huge ones.
Yeah, very bad ones.
But is
I
that
had
really
that
the glow? I mean, I didn't have a glow. Did you have a glow?
Well, maybe for my second, I think the second trimester, I was feeling okay. So because I didn't have nausea, I wasn't vomiting, so I could walk on my own and all that. But with the third, nothing. There was no glow. I had this bad pimples, acne.
You know when you see the pregnant woman or the women on social media, you know the pregnant pictures that we
Wear
all
high
take,
heels.
all guilty of it, looking so nice with the makeup and the filters and the Photoshop and the Adobe and the
My sister is for the
and so
gram.
on.
It's for the
It's
gram.
for the gram.
Thank you.
So when you see those pictures, right, and you've never been pregnant, and then you get pregnant, and you're waiting for the glow. Day 1, glow. Day 2, week 3. First trimester, no glow. Second trimester, no glow.
No.
The glow just doesn't. You just keep getting darker. Nose keeps getting bigger. Bladder keeps getting weaker. Nausea keeps getting worse.
Feet gets bigger.
And the days are longer.
Yeah.
Especially when you're
when you're almost due.
You've been waiting for 1 week, like 1 month.
I cried like a whole month.
Why are you crying?
Oh, I was okay. My most difficult pregnancy was the second one. You know, they had to do the silage. So I just couldn't wait for like her to come. And I had to do painkillers and I couldn't walk. Like from the 7th month, I used to use walking stick to walk. Because this part was so painful and I just, in fact, I couldn't deal with it. It was a very tough time. So I used to go to the hospital almost like every 3 days, and I'll just call my doctor. My brain.
Oh.
I'm tired. Please. And he says, "You're not due. You're not due." It's not like you just cut it. Cut. So I was opting for cesarean. It was like you're still not due. It was a very difficult time for me at that time, and I just couldn't wait. Like.
Yeah.
You just couldn't wait.
Yeah.
Like, come out.
Like, get the baby out of me.
Why would you come out?
Yeah.
You know? And but funny enough, she was actually the easiest labor. The easiest and the shortest one.
Wow.
I don't know anything about labor.
I experienced it for few hours. I think for my
I envy you guys.
Oh,
Why?
really?
Seriously.
Because we had cesarean.
Well, I'm glad
Don't
I had
envy
cesarean.
us so.
No, I'm actually really glad I had cesarean.
Well.
I don't think, I think like women who have vaginal birth, you guys are so brave, and like you're the real MVP.
Thank you.
Because I don't know, man. Like
my next I'm doing cesarean.
You are.
I don't know, man.
My first, I was actually due for the vaginal birth, but when we went, I was in labor for like 5 hours, no dilation.
You see, that's the part that
No
really
dilation.
I labor for 16 hours.
Fetal distress. Then I was becoming darker. I was losing my breath.
Wow.
So we had to do an emergency CS. So they had to put me out fully. I didn't see the birth of my first child. No.
Wow.
I didn't.
My son came. I was like, 16 hours labor.
16 hours.
Yeah, 16 hours, like from whatever. And they had to induce because I went to the hospital for review, and then all of a sudden, like the pains just hit me like that.
Was that your second?
That was my first.
I was there.
Yes. The pains. You came after the pains, please.
Stand out to it.
So they had to do some injection. They gave me some injection for the lungs too, because he wasn't wasn't fully developed. And then the 3rd day, the doctor said, "We're inducing." And that inducing. Oh, they gave me the thing. I said, "Oh, is this what people call labor?" Charlie, I can't do that. I was actually doing like that playing. Jeez. As my husband was climbing the stairs to go and tell the doctor that we can't do this anymore. Cut her up. And then the nurse screamed, "The head is out, the head is out, the head is out." How I moved from that bed to the delivery bed, I don't know. We got there and then we pushed him out. And the nurse said, she said something to me. I think it would help everybody. She did this. She covered my nose with her hand. And she was like, "You see what I'm doing? Can you breathe?" I said, "No." So when I want to ask you to push and you don't push, that's what you're doing to your baby. So that fear just got to me. So when she said push, I pushed with all that I had. And then he came and then he screamed and he didn't scream again.
He didn't scream again?
He didn't cry again.
But he was okay?
No! He had just gone off.
I didn't know that.
Well, that was the part that was very difficult for me.
So what did they do?
They just left me placenta, everything inside. The midwife just left. They rubbed him for like, and all I was just there. I was like, what am I going to tell my grandmother? And Nana was just standing by me, and I was like, "Nana, what's wrong with our baby?" And he said, "He's fine." And so I tried to look back, and then he turns my head, and all I could see he was praying. And I was just smiling. I said, "Jesus, let me go home with my baby." And then, like, at the second or two, I think it took about a minute. They were just rubbing him, like that. They were just rubbing, shaking him, whatever. And he just started screaming. It was such a relief.
Yeah.
And so that fear was getting to me that I didn't want to go through it again. So I was like, you know what, just cut her up if it's ready. Just cut her. Like, no. I got to the hospital, the second one. I got to the hospital. The midwife touches my son. I had a year soon. Don't cry here. She says, Madam, you're in labor, let's go. And then she goes, I'll give you 2 p.m.
What time was it?
I think it was just a few minutes after 3. And then, we got there like 11. And then by 3, she was out. And I was
Nice.
like, oh, you've done well.
But still, I mean, C-section is 45 minutes. I mean, all things being equal, by the grace of God, everything is fine. You're good health. The epidural or spinal works, everything fine. 45 minutes, you're out of there. The baby's in your hands. You look at the baby, smile, kiss the baby. They take the baby away. You get some sleep. 16 hours of labor.
But you don't talk about the aftercare or C-section.
And the epidural pain, which I'm sitting here with.
No, that was my fear. No, that was my fear.
Yeah.
That was my fear.
As for the pain.
It's crazy.
That was my fear.
Let's talk postpartum. What are the things that hit you after the baby?
After the baby was born, the sleep. You know, before you have the baby, they will tell you, oh, when the baby wakes up, we'll help you. You have people who will help you. Sometimes your husband will be like, oh, we can even do a timetable. I wake up at this time. It's a scam. It's a scam, Charlie. When my first child was born, they left the bedroom for us. Members were sleeping at the hall.
Oh, members.
Charlie. They were sleeping at the hall. So the baby will wake up and then then my mother will come in. Oh, well, okay, then she will hold the baby for a while. Okay, sleep for 1 hour. 1 hour, madam, take your time. Then she will also relax.
Oh.
Charlie, baptism of fire.
I think I had a lot of help.
I
had a lot of help. I had so much help. In fact, you know, my husband is the one who told me how to change the diaper because, like, he had it figured out. He knew what he was doing. He was just chill about it, like, oh, okay, let's do this. Like, he really had it figured out. And my sisters, that's what my sisters say. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, bless them.
They just they let me sleep. I'll wake up, you know, just make sure that the bottles are full for the baby, and then we go to bed, and then that's it.
Your baby drank from the bottle.
Oh yes.
Oh, mine, yeah, no. The one direct from source.
So you did the exclusive?
I did exclusive, but
like,
not up to 6 whole months because I was in school.
Yeah. But you know, the sleep thing is something that you know that actually you not sleep. But were there things that happened to you that you didn't know that, like, oh my God, what's happening to me?
Of course. So I think I can bring in the bit about being depressed or body changes and all that. So for that part, because I didn't have enough help or so much help at the time for the second and the third, I was always alone. So the baby is crying, you know, you also have to sleep. You are nursing your cesarean pain, you have waist pain, you have back pain, and the baby is crying. So sometimes even getting up from the bed to pick the baby, breastfeeding, you know, you have to put a pillow here so you don't sit on the C-section scar. It was so much. One time I was crying and then the tears were just falling on the baby. My husband was like, you don't have to do that. I said, then carry the baby. The baby too didn't want the bottle. If you express breast milk and put it in, my children, they don't like bottles. I don't know whether it's, where that one is coming from.
Wow.
So you buy you know, the things we bought during pregnancy, you buy so many things you don't even use.
Yeah.
You buy this brand of products, that brand of product. We change all sort of bottles, but they wouldn't take them. They always wanted direct from source. So imagine you be in school, then you have your baby with you in class, then you are breastfeeding. Yes, exclusive.
Wow, that's tough.
I give you thumbs up.
That's tough.
It was tough.
That's tough.
I didn't defer, so I'm glad I did.
Yeah, I saw a picture of you with the baby on you in class taking notes.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that's tough.
Yeah.
I tell you what, you see my edges that you see now,
Charlie.
These edges that I try to slay, and that my hairstylist tried to
Are they
use.
baby hair?
It's not baby hair.
Okay.
Because I have no edges, but I used to have edges. I used to have hair. I used to have good hair. But one day after I had my baby, I was just combing my hair and I realized that, you know, it was just coming off. Off. All of it. In fact, I had thicker hair, but that one just grew thinner by itself. But my edges, like you can see spaces here. In fact, because of the mascara edges I've slid, you can't really see. But I have spaces in front of my hair that have no hair. Like you can see it. Yeah. And I lost it after pregnancy. Yeah. But I was told that when you're pregnant, that's when your hair will have volume.
It will be lush. That's the word people use. It will be lush and it will be full of volume. You can actually
that can actually happen during pregnancy. But after pregnancy hair care, did you have after pregnancy hair problems?
After, I think it was like you hold it and then it drops.
That's it.
You hold it and it drops. Then I started doing the mayonnaise, the avocado, all those things. But then it wasn't working. So my option was to lock the hair. So I said, okay, fine. If you lock it, the breakage will
will not show like that.
So I go to lock it, and then unfortunately I went to a bad hairdresser. So I had to cut the locks off, and then I started all over again. But the middle parts was like you open, you try to open your hair,
and you see,
and then you see
spaces on your
spaces in the middle. So,
did you have any problems with your hair?
I did. I actually had thick natural hair. Afro, I could do different stuff. You see, slay the edges and all that. But after delivery, I lost all of them. They actually fell off. So I cut everything to sweat. Then one time I was just let me try and see if I could start growing my hair again. So when it grew up to a point, I said I'll lock it now. Initially, I wasn't too sure my hair would grow again because I used to have longer hair than this. But I locked it and I've been 1 year locked. So far, so good.
It looks good.
Yeah,
it looks good. Me, I said no matter what's going on with my hair, I'm going to wear it like that. If you have a problem, that's your own problem. I see, like some people on social media will be like, your edges. I'm like,
I started taking the multivites that they give.
The one that grows your hair.
No, I was thinking, okay, if whilst pregnant, the hair was nice. I was taking pregnant care. So let me take pregnant care after delivery.
So after the baby, you were still taking your vitamins?
I was taking my vitamins. And then it still didn't work.
It's supposed to be for pregnant women.
I know.
Madam, you're not pregnant.
Yeah, so I'm sure that's
You're not pregnant. You're not pregnant.
But it didn't work.
I remember a conversation I had with you that you spoke about your teeth.
Yeah.
Can you share? Like, that's something that still really gets me.
Okay, so I don't know if maybe the camera can get it. So the bottom part of my teeth, they were close together. There were no gaps. I have the gap at the upper part of my teeth, but the bottom part, there were no gaps. But after the second, when I got pregnant with the second, I realized that there was a gap in my teeth. It just kept widening. It kept widening. We went to the doctor and said, okay, some people lose their hair, some people lose their teeth. Yours, you've not lost it, so just keep it like that. That's the mark of pregnancy.
Charlie.
So after the third, then the gap there, hey, why?
Then people will be telling you things like people will come and they'll start telling away Jeja. Oh, madam.
Can you imagine?
I
mean, who does that?
You see, I when I was younger, I had a friend who had a baby and she was bleaching her skin, and I didn't get it. I felt like, madam, why are you bleaching? But after I had my babies, I understood her.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the changes that occur in your skin, your body, you're not prepared for it. You don't see it's coming, and you'll be so desperate to just try to fix it. Because you get dark and people think you're just not taking care of yourself, or you're stressed out.
They have no idea.
They have no idea.
And your breasts.
Oh, let's talk about breasts.
Can we talk about that one?
Let's talk about breasts.
When I look at my breast in the mirror, it's like nearer my God today. Just like that.
Don't even go there. Let me drink. Yes.
Don't even go there.
I can't even laugh.
I mean,
are your stretch marks visible?
Oh, it's on my breast, it's on my arms. I'm one of those who have the stretch marks here on my arms, and it's on my back, my stomach, everywhere. Yeah, I used to be a fine girl.
You're a fine girl.
Yeah, thank you.
When you walked in today, didn't you see the way I was like,
you're looking good. I think I have the Accra map here.
What's that?
Kumasi map here.
Wow.
And then probably Volta region.
How about T region?
Or T region around there.
But hey, it's all really beautiful. At the end of the day, it comes together nicely. Motherhood is a beautiful experience, and if you want to have children, you definitely should. And if you're pregnant now, or you recently had a baby, don't let the things that happen make you feel like, oh my God, what's happening to me? Absolutely enjoy your pregnancy, enjoy your postpartum period, get help. It's very important. Remember that when you're in a good mental state, that's the only time that you can give your child the care that the child needs. So get all the help you can. Enjoy your pregnancy, enjoy your baby, and just take one day at a time. It will all pan out beautifully well, and you've got this. My name is Naa Ashorkor. Thank you so much for watching our show. Bye-bye.
It only makes us stronger. Whatever you do, do them well. Make you no worry. We go stay okay, we go be alright. No, Inyami, go chichino. Inyami, bano fe. Inyami, walk on jano. Kenya fe, oh bano fe. Inyami, go chichino. Inyami, bano fe. Inyami, walk on jano. Kenya fe, oh bano fe. 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 We got this. Kenya fe, oh bano fe.
We Got This Africa, proudly brought to you by Frytol. Frytol, you deserve to be well.